Hi folks, this video will be a quick demonstration of making a map from our approved rental data about Oxford in Tableau. And for this demonstration, I'm going to concentrate on the 2019 data, but I'll add them both in now. So there, I added my 2019. And even though I'm going to focus on the 2019, I will also add the earlier data just to demonstrate what that looks like. Okay, so this is data about all the approved rentals in Oxford in 2019. There's the equivalent data for 2014. And we want to connect these not on the accuracy score for each row, but rather we want to line these up on the rental address. Now, none of this is actually critical for what I'm going to be doing in this video, but it becomes more important later on to understand how to do these joins. Okay, so now both data sets are in here. And we're going to go and start making maps. So I just closed these menus so we can see a little more what's going on here. Up here, these are dimensions. And again, dimensions are the things that your data is sort of measured along, your categories. Column names are very similar to dimensions. So here are all the dimensions, and here's where we can access them from either the 2014 or the 2019 data set. And then the measures, and measures are more like computed computations on a column or on a dimension. So for example, an average or the kind of thing that you get off a pivot table would be a measure. So to make our map, we're going to be working with this 2019 data. And I'll show you how to do two data series in a subsequent email, or in a subsequent video here. So, all right, we are going to go, it's a little weird, we're going to go under the 2019 and get this latitude and longitude. We're not going to use these generated latitude and longitude. Those are made by Tableau, but this one was made by a more accurate service, hopefully. So these are the ones we're going to use. And these are the ones that were on the spreadsheets that we brought in. And so this is off the 2019. Latitude and longitude. And there it is. But it came across as average, and I guess that's the average of where everyone lives, but that doesn't really make sense. We want this as a dimension. We don't want it aggregated at all. This is looking a little better. I'm going to go to the map here and add my street names so I can see what's going on. Okay. Now, weirdly, there's this relatively large number of apartments that were located outside of Oxford. And we know, since this is a list of approved rentals in Oxford, that these have to be a mistake. Now, if we are seeking publication with this project, we would probably go and try to fix these mistakes by pulling them out and then fixing whatever errors in the address caused them to be coded wrong, and then have them coded for latitude and longitude again. Let's take a look at one of these. So we'll see what this one is up here. So I clicked on it, view data, and let's look at the full data. Okay, rental address. All right, well, that is clearly not 216 South Beach Street. So why this was mislocated is kind of a open question. But it clearly was put in the wrong place. Well, that's just one there. Let's take a look at another one. And this was 3 apartments. Well, no, doesn't look like it got Indian Cove mapped correctly. Well, the right thing to do here would be to make a new set with these missing one with these here and have them recoded. But since it's not an outrageous number for now and just for this exercise, we're going to move on without recoding those. So what we will do, I'm going to select these. Keep only. All right, so moving on. So we have our map here. I'm going to close this label. Let's add a filter so we see the different types of apartments. So I will look on our 2019. Let's grab use. I'm pulling it to the filters. Didn't quite work. Here we go. Use. Show filter. So let's just look at fraternity houses, for example. Whoops. And that's the question mark shape that we're used to seeing from our previous mapping of Oxford fraternity houses. Let's also color it by use. And I'm going to make let's make another chart now and look at the number of each type of apartment. I'm just going to make a simple bar chart. Now, dimensions and measures. 2019. And what do we need the null in here for? Let's exclude that. So the number of apartments in each use: multifamily, two-family, single-family, three-family, lodging house, and fraternity house. Now I think I'll make a dashboard and let this filter the dashboard. New dashboard. Trying to center this a little bit. There we go. Now right click on this and make this a filter. Oh, don't have to right click, here it is. And now I have created a dashboard. See the other video for instructions on how to publish this, so it's available on the web. But what this dashboard does, of course, is it's the user-centered display. And on this one, what is sort of cool is we can use this chart over here, for example, as a filter on our map. All right, over and out. For instructions on how to publish this, see the other video on YouTube. And this is a single data series here. And as we complexify this and work on stories on the next assignment, I'll talk about adding the earlier data series.